This is a comic that is basically impossible to review. This is the Terrificals, issue 25. It's really great to see this series reach the 25th issue. I am thankful that DC, they have invested all into this series and the concept instead of just cancelling it at issue 12. Its sales are bad, but it lasting long is only going to help it. People will take notice. They'll see that it's at issue 25 or whatever, and they might check it out to see what's so special. And this is a great 25th issue. It is a high concept that will reflect well on the series for newcomers checking it out. It is a choose-your-own-adventure story, and that is why it makes it pretty much not reviewer-friendly. You've got to choose your character here. We have got the Terrificals, Mr. Terrificals, Elastic Man, Invisible Woman, Albino Man, and then underneath each of them it tells you what page and panel to go to follow their story. This is an innovative use of a comic book, but it is a shame that the limits of a comic book also mean that this idea can it be as robust or sprawling as you really want to see. The choices are usually simple stuff like choose what Albino Man fires Elastic Man at, and the result is usually not that different in the long run. There's also a lot of flipping around, like here you've got to go to page 12 to continue this branch. This is the Mr. Terrificals one. If you chose him, well, now you've got to go to page 12. And there we have got another problem in that this is a visual medium, and in turning pages, you're very likely to stumble onto a spoiler for one of the other strands. Like on the very next page here, we've got the spoiler that Sexy Ivy is there, and she is sexy. You obviously didn't have this problem with a book since it's just words and you have to actually focus to read stuff that you flip by. But it's obviously a problem with comics. I don't think comics are necessarily built for this idea. Here we go, page 12, and you made the wrong choice, you goofball. Go back to the start. By the way, you have already had it spoiled. That Sexy Ivy is there. So let's go with Elastic Man now. I won't actually show these two, the last two. Yeah, that's a good idea then. And then it's not like I'm doing a 100% Let's Play speed run of Terrificals 25. So for Elastic Man, you got to go for page 4. This is the character that I chose first time because I'm lazy and I just wanted to turn a single page. Then we get that choice between what he shoots at. Let's go for this one because, again, it's just a single turn away. And well, we've already had this branch spoiled with Sexy Ivy, haven't we? This is obviously the best possible one just because she is in it. Also, so is that failed movie character. She's in it too. Then Sexy Ivy, she goes mad with power, which is incredibly sexy, and the worst possible point to end this part. If you're not getting it yet, this is a very limited choose-your-own-adventure thing. It's quite clearly you've got a right answer and a wrong answer, rather than two or more different answers. And that is entirely the limits of a comic. You can it in 22 pages or 44 pages, this is double-sized. Or even in 90 pages, like a graphic novel. You cannot do something very expansive and meticulously laid out. I think you would need, considering how much page space is needed for the visuals, I think you would need, at a minimum, 600 or 700 pages to do something. And with that many pages, there'd be far too much flipping back and forth. And definitely you're going to spoil everything in the process. But I do think this is a nice experiment, and I think it's fun enough. I reckon I reckon a kid would fucking love this. Like, give this to a 10-year-old and they will have their minds blown. Maybe not a smart 10-year-old, like a prodigy. Just give it to some chubby ginger meathead or something. This bit is incredibly annoying. We've got to choose which knocker on the door to use, but there's no visible difference between them. It's purely random. So I went for I don't know, which is turn to page 9, it's just page back. Oh, another bad ending. It's not as binary as I'm making it sound, but you have to be, like, lucky to get a story that lasts more than 3 pages. So with these knockers, you're going for the first one. Process of elimination, really. Just do them in order. Go to page 7. So let's go to page 7. And go to page 9. Oh, it's this ending again. Okay, so let's go for the second one. Page 15. Let's go to page 15. Oh, look, another spoiler. It has got Chinese Superman and the Justice League of China. But it's just this bit here that we want. Oh, go to page 9 again. Oh, it's this ending again. We've had it 3 times so far. By the way, the answer is the 4th one. Testing your patience, really. I'm not going to do any more. I think you get the gist. This is an admirable effort. I think you can easily enjoy this, but didn't expect an entirely satisfying story. It's a very thin story, but as I said, it has to be. And most of the choices, well, you just saw we had 5 options and 4 of them all led to the same thing. Give it a whirl if you want. I cannot see this catching on. This idea, it's unworkable in the medium, in my opinion anyway. Unless, Jesus Christ, imagine a series, right? Issue 1, it's like the introduction, it's the first, I'll just use this comic. Imagine these 2 pages are like issue 1. Obviously, I'm talking about conceptually. Issue 1, it's all set up. And then whichever story you want to pursue, whichever branch you select, well, you've got to go on by issue 5, or go on by issue 4, or go on by issue 10. And then, like, issue 2 or whatever, it would be like the continuation of issue 8's branch. Oh man, that would be ridiculous. Nobody would be able to follow it. 8 months in, it tells you you're going back and buy issue 2. I want to do that now. I promise you, the viewer, if I ever do a Kickstarter, Indiegogo, crowdfunded comic book thing, it would be for a 200 issue ongoing series that is a choose your own adventure, with each issue being a largely out of sequence chapter in one of the choices. Sponsored by Twinkies. For giving me this preposterous idea, I rate Terrificals number 25 7 thumbs up, and that is the best possible ending.